Hello everyone, my name is Dave Partner and welcome to your 13th JavaScript tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at a topic called data types. So in this topic, we'll be looking at the types of data that is available in. In JavaScript, you declare variables with the var keyword or without it. Remember, I taught you in the earlier tutorials that when you don't have a var keyword on it, it becomes a global variable. Alright. So here, if you declare a variable, JavaScript listens to the value you will assign to it. It's from the value you assign to it that JavaScript will determine the type of the variable. Okay, so we declared var age and then we assigned a number to it. Automatically JavaScript converts it to a number type. So a way to check the type of variable is to use this operator. You know, we just finished operators. This is another type of operator. So we use this operator to check if alright, so let's see, let's start with the age, and here is the age. So we say document.write type of age. It will tell us the type of variable it is, data type it is. So we refresh and it tells us that it is a number. As you can see right here, it is a number. So what if we change what is here and just put it inside the quotes, inside quotes like this, and we refresh? It becomes a string. And what if we use single quotes instead of double quotes, and we save, then we refresh? It's still a string. So in JavaScript, single and double quotes resolve to strings. Okay, so what if we add a number to it? So remember that this guy is a string, and then we're adding a number to this, and we refresh. It's still a string, because in JavaScript, when you add a number to a string, once a string is in the expression you're trying to evaluate, JavaScript kind of converts everything to a string. So if we should just print age instead of looking for the type, what should we see? I taught you this in the earlier tutorials. We'll see it concatenated, because the this guy, since it's a string, it will now join this guy. It can no longer add. It's no longer a plus sign. So this is no longer a plus sign. It's now for concatenation. So what if we remove these quotes? What will this resolve to? So if we refresh, it will now do the proper calculation, which is 16 plus 12, because 16 is a number and 12 is a number. So what if we put 12 inside the quote? What would you get? If we put 12 inside the quote and we refresh, we have another concatenation, because at least one of the operands is a string, so everything becomes a string. So what if we do 16 plus 3 plus 12? JavaScript evaluates the expression from left to right. So when it starts here, it sees a number, then it sees plus, then it sees another number. So it does the addition, and then it proceeds to this, and when it gets to 12, it realizes that 12 is a string. Then it converts this plus to concatenation. So what you'll see is 16 plus 3, which is 19, concatenated to 12. You'll see 1912. Alright, so we refresh. That's what we have here, 1912. So I hope you understand how JavaScript evaluates its expressions. So let's look at name, type of name, type of, you write it together, name, and you refresh, it's a string. So let's look at type of fruits. Remember that this is a block bracket and it's right above your enter key. So you have fruits, you just type the fruits, you refresh. Same thing with x, type of x, we refresh, we have an object, and even if it looks like a JSON object, what we have is same thing, is still an object. Alright, an object is a collection of properties, and a property is a key value pair. So you have a key here, then you have a value, a key, and a value. Once you have something like this, then you know that you're dealing with an object. Okay, in JavaScript, we'll treat objects as a complete topic, then we'll treat arrays as a complete topic in further tutorials. Now, final thing you can do with this type of operator is to check if a value exists. So if we want to check, let me check variable type. So check if a value exists. So if we want to check if a value exists, we can say if a variable, okay, if, let's say, age, if type of age equal to undefined, alert, age is undefined. So we want to show a pop-up if age is undefined, but this pop-up will not show because age has a value. So let's see, we'll refresh. There is no pop-up because age has a value. So what if we declare something? In JavaScript, you can just declare arrays before using it. So what if we declare utopia, whatever. Okay, so we just declared it, we've not assigned a value to it. Remember in the past tutorials I taught you about variable hosting, where JavaScript declares all your variable at the top of the function before using it. So if we declare this before we use it and we try to check the type of, so we highlight it, what's happening, and we paste and save, refresh, age is undefined. Okay, as you can see, we declared it, but it doesn't have a value before we use it. So what if we add a value to it? We say 45 equal to 45. So what do we have here? Refresh. As you can see, nothing happens because it now has a value. So what if we assign a value to it after we have checked? So what if we come down here and say equal to 45. So we declared it, then we are checking whether it's defined before we assign a value to it. Of course, this will show up as undefined. Let's see, it's undefined because we are checking if it's defined before we actually give it a value. So at this point in the code, because JavaScript evaluates from top down, at this point in the code it is still undefined. Okay, so that is it about variable types, and we'll proceed to more interesting stuff as we go on. I hope you're catching on, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next tutorial.